Good evening, guys. Welcome to the Lounge Live. I am Lethal Coils, as you know. We got my boy Jeremy, Georgia Boy TFV Reviews here. What's up, brother? How you been this week?
I'm doing good, brother.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to hear it. We're going to have a great show tonight, guys. We got two very special guests. We got my boy, Mr. Advocate for Liberty, down in the corner, and in the other corner opposite him, we've got my other boy, Lightbearer. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Doing
great.
well. Yeah, doing
Knew
well.
that was gonna happen. Knew that was gonna happen.
Right?
Always happens, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, the way we kick off this show, guys, as you all know, it is Wednesday, which means it's Warlock Wednesday as well as the show, The Lounge Live. So what we're going to do is the same thing we do every show. We're going to go ahead and hit our buffets, and then we'll roll into shoutouts and then get to talk with you guys. So first up, let's go with Lightbearer. What are you vaping on, my friend?
All right. I have the Falcon King on top of the Aegis X. Mama Hope talked me into trying that little Falcon King, and it's been really good. Got some Sad Boy Shamrock Cookie in that. And on top of the 217, I've got the Cream Hill. And in that, I've got some Psycho Crueler.
Ooh, deep cuts.
Deep cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. Pass it on off.
Tim.
Okay. I got the heavy hitter with the Ardent on top. That I got the Velez in that. And a Velez I usually only like on a stack tube, but I'm telling you, it tastes good and this tastes the same.
Nice.
Ironically,
Wow.
your coils are in that.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's
So
sweet.
I got the Paranormal with Moonshot on top with
Ooh, the moon.
unreleased blueberry custard from Rescued, and that stuff's good.
I was so turned off by the moonshot and just the way it was built.
You have to learn to wick it. I had to cheat. I'm not going to deny it. I tried doing it on my own, and I just kept getting leak after leak after leak. But if you watch some other videos, there's a few good videos out there. You got to pull it down, push it down over, and trim,
Okay.
and then tuck. It's got to be done a certain way, or it just leaks.
Damn.
But it's got great flavor once you get it working. But yeah, that's all I got up here for today. So, Georgia boy,
Thank you
Go
very
for it.
much. Mr. Advocate for Liberty. All right, well, guys, I got going on got my Asgard 30 on top of my Saga, the Saga Ultim, courtesy of Mr. Fogging Out with the Batman. In there, my usual Canto de Queso, Fogging Out with Batman, Sabota and Encantos. And I'm also rocking my Odin 250C with the Steam Crave Aroma Module Plus V2. In there, I actually have some guava flaky pastry. And then I'm also rocking Aegis X Dead Rabbit V2 with some cream cheese flaky pastry. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I actually like the new Dead Rabbit V2 RTA. It's actually pretty nice. It's actually better than the first one. Just my opinion. And then I'm rocking the Drag X by Bupu. Trying this out. So far, so good. And that is all I have. With some bullets for the cartels in there. Lethal Coils. Take it away, brother.
Damn. Now I feel like I'm a little over prepared now. All right, we've got quite the buffet on this end. I've been vaping all of these things off and on throughout the entire day, and I'll probably keep vaping them off and on throughout the night. First up, we've got, as I showed this morning, we've got the Aegis Legend with the Valhalla 28mm RDA on top there. In that, we've got some Sabores del Encanto, Bizcocho de Piña al revés, the pineapple rum upside down cake, and I love that stuff. I really do. We got the Squid Industries Double Barrel V3 with the STNG Mouth to Lung RDA on top there as well. And in that, more Sabores del Encanto. We've got Coquito, which is the coconut rum eggnog, MTL, that is 12 milligram. We've also got the Vert from Unicorn Mods, the Unicorn V1 RDA on top, black and green, super matchy, loving it. And in that, we've got some Stay Lit Fam, Litquid from ENB. This is the Nuts O Honey, and it's not going to focus at all because my camera is dumb and doesn't want to. But that is Nuts O Honey, and it is a Honey Nut Cheerios. That's exactly what it is, and it tastes delicious. We've also got a bit of a throwback. I set this up yesterday, and because it was Tube Mod Tuesday, and I didn't really have anything other than my vert set up, and I wanted something different. So a little bit of a throwback here, a 3-year-old mod from me. We've got the Duster from Knucklehead Vapes. Again, not going to... There it is, the Duster from Knucklehead Vapes with the Kennedy on top. Loving that. In that, we've got some more Stay Lit fam with Liquid. This is the General Custard. A nice vanilla custard with some bourbon in there. A little bit of it. We got 3 more things to go through, guys. Got the Clutch with the Equitas and some brown sugar cookie. Love that stuff. Love cookie vapes. I do. I just love cookie vapes. Don't know what it is. We've also got the usual, guys. Can't go a day without this. The Hammer of God from Suicide Mods. This is the Stone Edition with all these sweet arse engravings on the side. Now it's focusing. And we've got that Titan RDTA from Steam Crave with some Gorilla Custard Strawberry in there. Huge custard fan if you can't tell. But we've also, because it is Wednesday, it is, as I said, Warlock Mod Wednesday. We've got the dual 21700 parallel box mod, the Warlock's Hammer sitting right here. And we've got the Apocalypse Gen 2 RDA sitting on top there. And in that, we've got some of this really, really nice juice. I just tasted it today for the first time. We've got Kelly Kell's Nilla Bourbon Unicorn Pudding. And it is fire. This stuff is really good. Really enjoying that. But that's my entire buffet for the evening. I know that's a lot of setups. Want to try?
Yeah. Well, what's the flavor profile? I mean, is it spot on for that?
Yeah, it's you get a lot of vanilla up front, followed by the bourbon. But on the exhale, it just blends together with the pudding flavor so nicely that it's just unbelievable.
I just did the taste test on my arm, on my hand, and man, the amount of the vanillas that are in there and the pudding, and oh man, I didn't get a whole lot of bourbon on the taste test, but wow, it's shit. That shit tastes good.
Yeah, as you're drawing on it, you get a lot of like the vanilla up front, but towards the end of your draw, that's when the bourbon starts to hit. And then on the exhale, that's when it really blends together well with the pudding. It's definitely a good juice. It's very good flavor. I do have to nick that up because it is 0 milligram, but even in 0 milligram, I'm loving it. So that's that. My level's a bit low. My level is a bit low. How about now? Is my volume a little bit better now?
I can hear it louder. It's a lot louder.
You're very
You
good
can hear
now.
it louder. All right.
Hey, there's a throwback one for you.
Right there's
The
my man.
Apollo.
Real quick, Lethal, big shout out to DB Squonks. Thank you, brother, for what you're doing for me, man. I can't thank you enough.
DB Squonks, it is a pleasure to have you in chat, my friend. Thank you so much for popping in with us. And on that note, actually, we are going to go ahead and hit up chat now. We're going to go ahead and give some shout outs to people in the room here. Thank you guys all, first of all, very, very first of all and foremost. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. It's going to be a good show. You guys are the superstars. So, Ricky Rods, what's going on? Advocate for Liberty and Lightbearer. Hello, guys. We got Lady Liberty in the house. Leviathan Vapor. Big G. How's it going? Wired Talk with Big G. How you doing, brother? We've got, coming down the line, 808 Kevin K. What's going on? Vape God. How are you? Jay Jerry. We got ENB Flavor. Hello. What's up? Rock on. Chris Earls in chat. Big Red Vapor Channel. What's going on? Jason Leprechaun Parker. Coming down the line, we got Georgia Boy TFV Reviews. What's up? King Vape Ohms. Jacoby.
King?
Jacoby Vapes in the house. What's up, dude? Los Vapors Boricua. Duro, duro.
Duro.
Lando, what's going on, my man? Luna Muniz, how are you? Muniz? I don't know how to pronounce that last name. I'm going to butcher it if I try any harder. Let's see who else we got in chat. We got... Did I say Ricky Rods already? I did. DB Squonks, of course, as we just mentioned. JP Vapes, what's going on, dude? Red is in chat. Hello, my friend. Chaos Pixie.
Red.
Hello. Volume is good now? All right, word. Rajan Sagu. Eddie B,
Rajan.
hello.
Rajan.
What's going on, guys? Big love, no hate. No hate. Big love. So, that's everybody in chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to get to our guests now. My man, an advocate for liberty, and my dude, Lightbearer. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had a freak out of a weekend. My daughter thought she got her, wasn't going to get her tuition done, her college tuition loan. And it turned out it was just a mistake on her end because she tried to apply without me first. So she's all set. But I'm telling you, it was a long weekend trying to figure that out. So, yeah. But that's the only stress I've had really too bad other than just, some people having some issues and trying to help them out. And, I worry about people. So it actually does stress me out a little bit, but it's in a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How about you, Lightbearer? How's your weekend been?
Yeah, the week's been good, man. The weekend so far has been good. Been busy with schoolwork, so this keeps me pretty busy during the day.
There you go. Absolutely. JP says he's got big news for the Northern Union Vape Show. All right.
Okay.
Looking forward to hearing that. So, yeah, I don't believe I've ever had either one of you guys on my show before, have I?
I've been on.
You have been on.
Yep.
Okay, so you've been through this spiel before. We're going to go over to Lightbearer.
All right.
What we like to do, the first time we have a guest on the show, we like to talk a little bit with them about where they came from in the world of vaping, what it was that got you off the smokes or the chewing tobacco or whatever tobacco product it might have been that you had a problem with. How did you get into vaping from that? What kept you vaping? And how did you get to where you are now? What is your history? Tell me now.
You have to bear with me. I'm out here in the sticks, and everybody's getting home, and so my internet connection's going a little slow. So if I miss something,
No worries.
ask you to repeat.
I'm not doing the same thing, brother. Everybody's getting home, so mine's starting acting.
My history is with vaping was pretty. I started in the clubs with club cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And moved into cigars when I moved away from that kind of lifestyle, and so I've been on and off with cigars, premium cigars, and just was feeling like crap. And a friend had a vape, and I tried it, and it was all right. It gave some options for me. I did start vaping on a little smock mod. And I went directly for what I knew, which was the cigar flavors, and realized I had so many more options, and it just really kind of blew up from there. I'd been smoking on and off for most of my life, and had CPAP and all other kind of diagnoses, and it just. The quality of life after leaving all that behind was just leaps and bounds of what I've ever known, and so it just kind of blew up from there.
Nice. And at what point? Because you're pretty big into advocacy. What sparked that need to get involved with you? What was it about the community or the industry or vaping in general that caused you to want to be not just a name but a face for vaping? If he can catch that.
Yeah, he looks frozen.
He does look frozen.
Either he's really contemplating hard.
He looks like he's trying to take a poop.
Damn,
I think his internet did. That was his internet, not him.
Because his internet took a poop.
Yeah. Well, we will wait and bummer.
Oh,
He
dang.
bugged out. All right, he will come back, I'm sure.
Yep.
Oh,
There he is.
speak of the devil, there he
There he
is
is.
now. There we go. You did
Tell
warn
you,
us.
man.
You did warn us this was going to happen.
Yes, he did.
Everybody's in the country. They got the same internet as me, and everybody's getting on and watching Netflix and everything when they get home. I'm telling you.
Oh, jeez.
I thought everybody was logging into this show, but okay, fine, whatever.
The faces he makes every time he freezes, laughing my fucking ass off, says Lando. Man, he's really having to think about that one.
I have to say, the two faces you made, the first one had your mouth kind of half open. It looked
It's
kind of
kinda-
funny, and then the second one looked like you're pooping.
I will say this. Something I do. I don't know what camera you're using, Lightbearer, but I usually cut my phone off. If it's close to me.
Oh, crap.
So,
Yeah.
so it's not picking up my Wi-Fi.
I just shut my Wi-Fi off on my phone. Thank you for reminding me.
Good
Yes.
point. Good point. Didn't even think about that myself. So next time I'm having internet issues, cut off my Wi-Fi. There we go. So yeah, what I was asking before that unfortunate incident happened was what you're pretty big into advocacy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what was it that first sparked the interest in you to become not just a name in the vape community, but a face for advocacy? Oh,
He's shaking his head like he knew it was coming.
I think he doesn't want to answer that question.
I bet you it came across your internet's unstable.
Yeah.
Because I've had that happen.
Yep. For advocacy, everything that I've ever been involved in, I was involved in 100%. And when I saw that there was such a need to keep up with the news, keep up with the acts that were going on out there, all the legislation, just be part of fighting for what I believe in.
Mhm.
That's what really drove me to get super involved with that and start keeping up with those things. I don't realize that not everybody has the time to research. I'm fortunate where I'm going to class and I kind of keep up with those things and look into the legislation that's going on.
Right.
But that's what really drove me, is just to be part of the community, kind of keep the community informed of what's going on as best I could.
Right. Okay. So now you guys have a show together.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
That's what we heard, he said.
Yeah,
You guys have a show
We heard
together.
that, yeah.
And you guys talk a lot about advocacy, and I know that you also talk about mental health as well, which is, commendable to you guys. Not enough people talk about mental health, the way it affects people, and getting others involved in, not all mental illnesses lead to suicide, but the suicide awareness and prevention stuff, that's huge, and not a lot of people do that. And I think that more people need to pay attention to these things, and their attention needs to be drawn to them, and realize that these are real world problems, that these are things that people deal with on a daily basis, that is through no fault of their own. It's just something that happens, and it's something that we have to live with, something we have to deal with. And you guys make that pretty clear where your standpoints are, and if there's any, I've always said it, Tim, and I know that you're there if I ever need an ear.
Oh, yeah. Always,
I've
brother.
got lots of lots of people that have come to me and said, you know, if you ever need an ear to lean on, or you need somebody to talk to and you need to vent, if you're just not feeling good and you need somebody there, I'm here. And that's something that everybody needs. So the fact that you advertise that publicly in your shows, that says a lot to a lot of people. You know.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it spreads, and from what I can tell, it seems to be spreading. People are, at least people I've been reaching, seem to be connecting and doing that. And that's the whole point. It's not, I don't want to end with me because I can only do so much. Lightbearer can only do so much.
Right.
But if we can get other people to do the same thing, step up and, you know, reach out to other people, then we create a network that actually can save lives for real.
Yeah.
So.
Any input over there, Georgia boy? You look kind of quiet.
Oh, I'm just listening. You know, and on that note,
I thought he was frozen, but
I'm just practicing my stealth mode. No, but on that note, you know, it's same. If anybody, you know, literally, you know, for sure, mine and your relationship. If you ever needed anything, you know, you've always been able to hit me up. And same, I don't know, goes for me. But you know, if anybody in the community ever needs anything, you know, you can get a hold of me at whether it be Instagram, Facebook, you know, my YouTube. There's ways to get a hold of me now. And you know, I'm a big old Georgia boy, literally. So, you know, I'm try to be a pretty good guy.
Yeah, that streak goes both ways for us, everybody, you know, for you as well, because I know you just went through surgery lately, and I know physical, like surgeries and such like that, or any type of physical ailment tends to lead into a little bit of a mental state. You know, you feel kind of depressed or sore, and you get just stressed out.
Yep.
I mean,
for me,
always be willing to open up, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely. For me, every time I've had surgeries or went under anesthesia, whether it be major anesthesia or mild anesthesia, it really plays with my mind, like as far as my memories and remembering stuff. You know, I mean, like I literally forgot we had a show tonight until about 3 hours ago, because I just literally went through anesthesia on the 4th of August.
Should we do a 5-minute check-in, make sure you remember you're on the show?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, so definitely, you know, if you're going through the stuff that I've gone through the past, we'll say, 3 months with my medical problems that have come about, you know, it has been rough, because I've always been one of the breadwinners in the house. I've always been able to do whatever needed to be done as far as, and I haven't been able to. I've been on bed rest. You know, and it affected me mainly because I was just starting my channel and, you know, getting that going, and then bam, I got it, you know, a punch knocked me down, and I had to take a break from continuing on starting my channel. So, you know, but I'm a pretty hard-nosed guy, so it's hard to really get me down. You know, and I've got a good support system at home. I've got a great wife of 20 years, so, and I've got everybody here, you know, that's
always
been here for me. So,
and thank you, Big G.
Did he get it?
I just El Profi, shout out, brother. Love you, man.
El Profe. Let me see here.
Doodle.
People are asking for this, so I am going to get them the link right now. Here you go, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, here you are. This is the link to the channel where you can watch this show. Gentlemen, let them know when and what time.
The mental health show's at Saturday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, as far as the other goes, typically on Thursday nights, I also host the Wolf Fight. And if I don't, I try to do an advocacy. I held off this week, hoping we'd have an update for stimulus checks too to add to it, and that's why I held off. I was going to do it Friday, and then we never got an update. So I dropped the ball a little bit this past week on the advocacy front.
What update are we hoping for? I haven't heard anything about that.
Hoping for an update on the stimulus checks going out, the $1,200 stimulus or whatever they come up with, because it could help people to do the traveling for the rally and stuff like that, and as well as, you know, maybe a little financial stress, help a little alleviate some of that for them. I was kind of hoping I'd have an update for that because they were supposed to promise it on Friday, so I thought there was going to be an update, and there just hasn't been one.
I know I sure could use it.
Speaking of advocacy, What is going on in the world of vaping right now as we know it? What do we have that we're looking at in terms of regulation that is,
Pending.
Yes, has a real
Yeah.
potential for passing through legislation.
Well, we got the vape mail ban still looming, but Congress is focusing on the stimulus package thing, so they're not really. I don't think that's, in my opinion. I think they're going to wait until after they figure that out before they worry about the other stuff.
Okay.
We got that pending and looming. We have the PMTAs coming up and looming. That's just the federal level stuff, and I heard some rumors of something else possibly going on, but I haven't been able to pinpoint anything.
Okay.
Someone said something about something coming out today or tomorrow, but I have a feeling that they're assuming it's the vape mail thing from what I'm guessing. It could be wrong. It might be something else I haven't heard of, but I cannot find it anywhere.
Oh, wow.
But I've heard some rumors going around that something's impending again at federal level, but I haven't been able to find anything. And state level bans, we still have DeSanto in Florida still hasn't signed that bill into law.
Okay.
Hopefully, keep on him. Keep on him. Keep on him. Keep on him.
Yeah.
And what does that bill entail?
That
All
is
out ban, right?
All out ban. That's
Yeah,
an all
total
out
ban. Yeah.
Total ban. Nothing goes. Everything's gone.
For sales.
Right.
Not you can have it, but you can't sell it.
Purchase it. Yeah.
Purchase it, which is a problem. I mean, you're talking about a place that's a vacation spot. So if you are a vapor and you're going there, you're not going to be able to purchase anything. So you're going to have to bring everything with you. You know,
And then there's
it's
there's
crazy.
quite a few companies in Florida that
There's a lot of suppliers down there. Yeah.
We
You know,
both know one.
EV cigarettes. EV cigarettes is a big one that I use a lot and have used a lot. So
Well, there's another big one too that you and I both know very, very well there, Georgia boy. ENB is also in California.
yeah, I would say Florida.
No,
But California is another one that's constantly under fire.
Yeah.
They're breaking it down. It hasn't been like a whole out state ban pushing too hard, but they're taking individual cities and townships and just
Yeah.
screwing them.
they're just going crazy over there. They're just pushing bans and secretly, slidely. You got to keep on top of it with your state. The best way to do it is check out the legislature.com and put in vape for your state, and that's usually the best way to find it, because CASA can't even keep up with it because they do it so hush hush. Like they passed that vape mail ban in Maine a week after lockdown. They waited and they had to do one public hearing. They did one public hearing is all they had left because they pushed it all through secretly behind closed doors, and then pushed one public hearing and it became law. They voted on it.
We're at New York.
Maine.
Oh, that New York though. What New York did?
Oh, New York was shady. That was shady.
That just tells you that
The dead of night. Yeah.
Yeah, to do that and knowing that nobody can. Yeah, that was
Nobody. If you don't show at 3 a.m, a lot of these are elderly people that are in there. If you don't show in the middle of the night for this vote, it's an automatic yes. It's not like your vote doesn't count. It's an automatic you voted yes. They trickily product. I can't not believe it's legal.
New York is very crooked. New York is the most. It's got to be one of the most crookedest states that we have.
They're the ones that push. Yeah, I mean, Cuomo's the one that got Mass to do theirs. He went over there, talked to the governor, and then Mass got screwed over.
Yep, because fucking Baker sucks. Charlie Baker hates us. Hashtag. Just as a note, DB Squonks did put this in chat. Stimulus update is as of today. If they signed a deal today, the first payments can't be issued for 12 days due to some guy on leave until then, according to CBS.
Yes, and that, as far as I know, it did not get signed today. By the way. So, they're talking maybe by Friday, is last thing I heard. It sounds most likely it won't happen till at least Friday.
Mm.
You know, I'm fortunate in Georgia. You know, at the most that our governor has done, Kemp, is I think he did a little bit of a tax increase on vaping products, and that's about it.
We got a 92% wholesale tax here.
He is for. Kemp tends to be, have nothing against vaping. So I'm very fortunate. You know, I feel for everybody that doesn't have the same situation. But if anybody ever needs anything from me, and I can help, y'all can find me as far as vape related.
Absolutely.
Hit me up.
Yeah, we're gonna see that network come together real hardcore if they push too far.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of parts of it, and I'm
Yep.
privy to some of it. So yeah, I mean, I have a feeling it's gonna be quite the intricate network if things go badly. So, but then you come into the whole black market can kill, because you don't know 100% what you're getting from everywhere. Taking that chance, and that's the thing that they're going to make. They're self-prophesizing what they said. They told us it was killing people. It didn't. Now they're going to make it dangerous for real.
Yep.
That's scary.
I personally see the network coming closer together of people that you know, and not buying from people that you don't know.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah.
And then it'll start to close off and be, just for safety purposes.
But you don't help the new vapors that way. You don't help people save their lives from that already smoking.
I know. Nope. Yeah, that's the double-sided.
That does suck. But I think we're also gonna see if people don't realize the vaping community as a whole can band together if need be. Keep pushing us.
The hobbyists aren't gonna quit. We're set. We're going to make it. One way or another, we'll make it.
And it's sad because I think that, September 5th is coming up soon. And I really feel like a lot of the people that I saw in November at the DC rally last year, and I think that a lot of the people we're going to see there again this year, are primarily the hobbyist side of it. There aren't too many casual vapors that attend the rally, or they didn't last year.
That's the sad part.
It's sad.
We got 11 million plus vapors. I think somebody said it's up to like 18 million now.
Yep.
We got 18 million vapors in the United States, and we only get 4,000 people to a rally.
You got to remember that the people in vape industry, a lot of them have been beaten down or have issues, and that's why they vape in the first place, is to try and help them out of that. Yeah. A lot of them use it as a clutch for
drug abuse,
crutch for substance abuse, or and such like that. So these people aren't the ones that really want to be in the public eye. Maybe they've already been in the public eye too much, in their opinion. Yeah. A lot of introverts. That's the sad part. So those are the people that, if you can't physically do it, at least support the people that can and do. Because don't. And you can be a keyboard warrior to some degree. I mean, it did make a difference on the phone lines back last rally. I know it did. If we hadn't locked up those phone lines so bad to the White House, I don't think we'd be sitting here having this conversation today. Really don't. I think that had just as much of an impact as the rally.
I agree. And the ones that couldn't come. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, I've got a different take on that too. Is that we've had attacks from so many different regions, so many different factions, and after a while, you just be beat down. If you're not especially set to move against who's moving against us, those repeated punches and bans and taxes, it wears everybody down. And so I think that's why it's important that we show up and be the voice. Those who can go, show up and be the voice, the presence, and let them see that we're not going to be dissuaded from our course.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what I would really try to impart on every vapor, not just the hobbyist side of things, is that we need everybody, everybody's backing. Like George Boy said, there's 18 million vapors in the United States alone. If we all did band together and make our voices heard, we could make our voices heard, not just listened to, listened to, not just heard.
If we just had a quarter of the 18 million show up.
If we had a tenth.
Yeah. You're looking at
18,000.
Yeah, 18,000 people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people to gather together.
Wait a minute. It would be 18,000, 180,000.
Not only is Australia a really good example of vapors banding together to get something stopped or set back, but so is New Zealand. New Zealand finally, came off there. They were on the verge of a ban for the whole industry. New Zealand came together and stopped it. So, the individual voice does have power, whether it's on the phone, whether it's showing up to Washington.
I've seen it firsthand with hearings.
Whether it's supporting somebody that's going, we have a voice and we need to use it.
Just think about it like that. I think about it like this. Just imagine if Trump was to look out his window or fly over again, and there's almost 80,000 people out there with holding up signs, I vape, I vote, and he sees that, who knows what kind of stuff could go down the pipeline for just the PMTA process. You know, he had, you know, I don't know for sure, but you know, if he does have the power to pull the plug on that and be like, you know what, we're going to go on with what I've heard the rumors of putting vaping in their own little entity of itself inside the government. That's how it's mandated and regulated. He could, you know, he could do that.
If nothing else, it's someone else that's got hears our voice, sees us. You
Exactly.
know,
Well, I
if
mean,
we don't stand up for ourselves, I mean, you can't win a battle if you don't show.
look at last year's rally. Look
Yeah.
at last year's rally. The day before, no, wait, was it the day before or 2 days before? It was like 2 days before the rally when Trump had announced that he was going to be signing that ban, that flavor ban, nationwide. The day after the rally happened, he completely turned around and said, "Nope, I'm not signing that."
You know, this is one of those situations. I'm not a real big Trump fan, but I will say, what other president would have actually did that 180?
And listen to the consumers.
What other president would have actually listened to the people?
I don't know if he was listening to consumers. I think it was more of a fear of not having constituents.
Regardless
Well,
of what
and
his
that-
reasoning was, it's just
Yeah.
it's amazing that he actually paid attention to it.
I think that sit down, that roundtable meeting, I think that helped a lot too.
Yep.
With what he heard, you know, he actually listened at that roundtable.
It also helped that Mitt Romney was against it, because I think that actually helped us a lot, because he doesn't like.
Well, to Lethal's point, I mean, this is an election year, and a lot of states are going to be battleground states. We have the ability to make vaping an issue.
Yep.
do.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
we
for
do.
it, or are you against it?
And that's where people should show up. I mean, this is the time that, you know, you can, behind closed doors, you can stand up for your rights. You don't have to do it frontwardly, outwardly, but you show up and you vote, you can change the government.
Mhm.
This is our first chance I've ever seen of the fact that we can actually do things differently and not have it all just be a bunch of sheep. This is the first chance in my lifetime I've ever seen it go this open, that we might see something completely different happen during election season.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Democratic Party, the people who are running against Trump, they are anti-choice just about any damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
that's just it. It's closing down just our choices in general. That's why I became an advocate for liberty and not an advocate for vape. Specifically because if we say vape, there's so many other things that they're trying to take away our civil liberties and stuff and our choices.
Yeah.
I mean, if I want to be treated like a child, you know, why bother, you know, even living as an adult?
Yeah. I totally agree with that.
I think in personal interaction with people that are vaping, that are using harm reduction products, even small acts like correcting people when they say electronic cigarette. It's not a cigarette. Doesn't have anything to do with tobacco. It does have nicotine in it, but they keep hanging that tag of electronic cigarette on us.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to. That's something we need to fight for, to get that name changed somehow.
Oh, the Volley thing?
No, just the name change. You know, electronic.
Cigarette.
You know, like my mother-in-law. We just converted my mother-in-law in the past couple of days. I finally got my wife. I've been vaping for 2 years, hardcore, and you know, everything that I've accumulated in my little area here. You know, my wife sees it, and it's a lot of shit I've accumulated in the past 2 years. You know, she started seeing it, and then her me doing these lives and me in the community, her here in the community while she's watching TV, and I'm out here live or in Zooms, and you know, I finally got her to realize that vaping is better. And she converted. She switched in the past. I think we're on day 14, and she hasn't had one cigarette.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And so my mother-in-law, she tried to vape, and she had some issues, but they had given her salt nick, and it was making her cough really, really bad.
Mm.
But she also has COPD, really, really bad. And I said, you need to get some freebase. So we got her some freebase, finally got her talked into trying it again. And we got her a device, and she broke the glass today on accident. It was the slide tank. And she's so committed that she when she broke it, the device that we had this live take on. It was a little Freemax disposable internal battery
Mhm.
jammy thing, and she actually drove to a vape shop, which is a good distance away, and got the little Freemax disposable to put on the top of there until we could get
Nice.
her, because we bought her a Vaporesso Target PM80. So she needs it. And she did that on her own.
That's awesome.
So that just tells you she's just as committed. So I'm pretty stoked that I've got my wife switched, and I've got my mother-in-law switched all in a matter of a month.
Those are
That's
big
awesome.
moves, man. Those are big moves.
Those are big moves.
Big moves.
And
Hell
they'll
yeah.
help save their lives and prolong them so you can have your family around longer.
Absolutely.
So, September 5th is coming up soon. Who all here is going? Obviously, I know my boy Tim. Yes, Advocate for Liberty is going. Lightbearer will be there. Awesome. I will absolutely be there.
As of right now, I'm going. So
As of right now, Georgia's going. We're all going.
Yep.
I can't
That's
wait.
awesome.
Get together, hang out a bit. Oh.
so many people I want to meet. There's so many people I want to meet.
Hell yeah. And what better reason than for everybody to come together than to protest regulation and legislation of this life-saving product?
Harm reduction.
You know, there's no better reason to come together as a family than this. So if you guys are in the U.S. and you're not sure if you're going to go or not, I encourage you to go. Life does happen. Things do get in the way, and sometimes that's just not possible. And for you guys, we totally understand. You know, there are things in life that happen with me every day that prevent me from doing something or another, and so I totally get it. Life comes first. That's first and foremost. Let's go through chat. I know I saw a couple of comments I wanted to address there. Yes, Josh Miller says that 10% of that would be 1.8 million.
Oh, that's well, yeah, 1.8 million
So-
in
Could
that
you
lawn. Can you
imagine?
Yeah, 10%. So 1% would be
180,000.
180,000.
Yep.
1%, 180,000. You put 180,000 people in that White House lawn,
It's going to make a difference.
especially right now when they know you're already going to have a lower attendance than you normally have because there's people immune compromised or have issues or, you know, have extreme anxieties right now that aren't going to make it. If you got 1%, we would have like that lawn filled.
And when that, if we got 10%, we could rattle the doors.
You kidding me?
know?
1%?
180,000.
I don't know if we could fit that many people on that front lawn.
Yeah, we could.
You know, the last
180,000 people? We had
Wow.
like
4,000.
4,000 last year? We had 4,000 people. That was a big-ass crowd. 4,000 and compared to 180,000 people. I don't know if we'd be able to house that many people on the lawn.
Are they going to be able to ignore 180,000 people on that lawn?
And we'll get a message across.
No, the streets would be filled, and I would absolutely love it.
So just imagine if we got 10%, how big the street, how like our message, how big
They'd
our
have
message
to shut
would
down
be.
the city.
Hey, let's shut it down, boys. Let's just shut it down.
They'd have the National Guard out and everything, just making sure no riots are going to break out.
You know what? And it wouldn't happen. I guarantee it'd be the cleanest rally just because of the type of people
Oh,
that
yeah.
we are.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's why we got the closer quadrant this time, is because we were so clean and well taken care of. And
Yeah.
kept.
that's what I was just going to bring up. We've got the one directly across from the White House now, right?
Yep.
Instead of
Yeah,
in the back.
and and from what I understand, he plans on being there. At least the last time he mentioned it, he plans on being there to see it this time.
Trump?
So yeah,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
He
wow.
actually- he addressed the rally.
he addressed
that's
it way
gonna be
back, like shortly after the thing. It was some kind of little thing that is a little snippet of the fact that his plans are to be there. Because last time he flew over top and it changed his mind. Imagine he's not going to be there if they have it close to the White House. I mean, it'd be kind of
Oh.
dumb not to. Bad political move for him to not be there.
Weird.
So,
That's-
so yeah, you
that's
can be
pretty cool.
nervous now.
Yeah, now I'm a little nervous. Like, oh, shit.
Now
the
I really
president of
wanna
the United
go.
States, man. He's got the power to put me in a
And-
hole.
and you
when
know
go
what?
into a
Honestly,
bay somewhere.
He's liable to come out wearing, just to say hey, because he knows that it's votes. He knows that it will benefit
You
him.
get enough people there, he probably would make a showing.
Yeah.
Yes. I would not be surprised if you saw a showing of him coming out and at least showing a waving or something like that if there was enough people.
I'm curious. I feel like a part of his reasoning for wanting to be there is to hear the speakers and what they have to say about it. Because when they had that sit down after the last rally with Mitt Romney and everybody, he was legitimately interested in asking questions to not just the politicians, but to the other attendees that were more of the vaping industry and community. He seemed like he was legit interested in hearing what they had to say about all of it. Yeah. And so part of me feels like that's a good move on his part. Get better educated about it before you make decisions.
Tim's got a really good story about going to a hearing, and it was a lot about the businesses and they really want to hear the personal impact on the American consumer.
Yeah, it was the actual head of the bill, the one pushing the bill, came out and talked to me in the hall afterwards. He went by and I said hi to him, and he walked by me after he's gotten a chance to spoke on a whim, just because I held up a bottle with a nickel warning on it because he wanted to see what it looked like. They wanted to see what it looked like. Yeah. So I got to speak, and I changed their mind enough during that. And he comes through and he's walking by and he went by me. I thought that was it. And he turns around and goes, "Wait a minute, who do you work for?" I go, "I don't work for anybody. I'm just a consumer." He comes back and has a half-hour conversation with me about why I'm standing up for vape and talking about it. I went through the cancer in my family and such, and talked to him about personal issues and personal fears of if I was smoking and what it made me feel like then compared to what vape does. And they stopped it to that point, and it had it on pause for a little while. After that, just one little 5-minute speech that I went and sat in the hall. The reason I was in the hall is my legs were shaking, so I had to sit down after talking because I wasn't expecting to. But yeah, it was a good little speech, and got him thinking. I got a high five from one of the wait a minute, which is the Republican, right? Republicans for, I can't remember, but the opposite gave me a high five and thing. I tried not to think of parties at the time, so I wasn't really worried about it. But right. It was kind of really messed up. But it turned out that's what he told me right then, point blank. They're sick of hearing about numbers. They're sick of hearing about this 95% safer. They're sick of hearing about how it's more dangerous because of this study or that study. They want to hear the consumer and what you actually have to say, how it improved your life. Those stories that we try to spread, and like Kassad does the stories and stuff now, that's what they want to hear. They want to know what it actually does to your life. Does it actually help you? If it actually helps you in an individual, you get enough people saying that.
Yeah.
Well, that's more proof than any study, lab study is ever going to give.
Yep.
And that's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the studies. He point blank told me they're sick of hearing both sides spout off numbers and stories and articles. They don't know who to believe.
Right.
Because both are saying their stories are true. So it's like they don't care. It just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. But when I actually talked about what it did to me, my family, my friends, that actually made an impact in that room.
Right. That's huge too. Being able to get that face-to-face time with a governor, senator, representative.
And that day is the day I realized I was up to that point. I thought I'm just one person. I'm not going to ever make a difference. I went to that one hearing. If I hadn't went there, it might have went completely different in New Hampshire, at least to the governor's desk, because the governor actually is kind of anti-signing it anyway, but it probably would have been passed through everything else.
Right.
Because it looked really bad, I'll be honest. And the Juul rep, you just saw the look on his face, the color drained from his face when he was sitting there. Because I was talking, he's like, "Oh, we didn't go over this." That was like my favorite part of talking. That's why I focused on. I kept looking over and I'm seeing his like turn pale, and I was like, "Okay, I'm doing good."
Shit, my boy, Vaping with Thesis. What's up, dude? My ninja.
Oh, Thesis is in? Hey, Thesis.
Thesis, what's up, brother?
What's up, Thesis?
So what do you have for advice for maybe first-time rally goers? What would you say to them morally or what should they things that they should bring, things that they shouldn't bring. Maybe?
Right. Don't bring your big stack tubes and stuff like that. Don't blow up big clouds, especially with the face mask thing. You really want to kind of small, unless it's what you need, and then blow down.
Don't bring a Ragnar.
They did, yeah, but they did all get pictures of everybody that was blowing the big clouds. They were purposely taking pictures, which might get you famous, but looks bad. You know, don't do anything like try to not make it a bad situation, and keep clean, keep respectful, and remember it's not a vape convention. So though it's nice to see everybody, don't just go around fanboy the whole time, because that's not the reason we're there.
No.
I mean, afterwards there'll be a few people around, maybe early on before the speeches and stuff talk, but remember we're there for a reason.
And if anybody didn't catch it on the vlog, Grim Green will not be attending this rally.
Yeah.
He is in a high-risk state. He will be required to quarantine for 2 weeks in D.C. before going home. He cannot do that. He can't afford to do that, so he will not be able to attend this rally.
And there's going to be others in that boat too.
Yep.
I'm one of them. That's my whole. Right now I'm going, but that could change because I got to do some research and find out exactly more in depth of how the quarantine thing is going to go. You know, because if I pull into DC and they see I have a Georgia tag, and I'm immediately forced to quarantine for 14 days, well, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
You know, because by then I'll be have my 2 weeks will be up from my post-op and I'll be going back to work. So
to be fair though, it sounds like it's more like airport flaggings.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like they're going to be able to do too much with vehicles.
Okay.
So that's the way it looks at this point. People, and to try, if you can, get a hotel or motel or wherever you're staying outside of the actual city and travel in for the rally and back out. And that pretty much kills the quarantine factor, because it's actually DC itself. It's not the state.
Right. Absolutely. So
there are ways around it a little bit. I mean, granted, again, it comes into that kind of sort of grayish area, and obviously there's a real reason for that. So it's that's why I'm a little skeptical about trying to play numbers and stuff, because of that reason. That's why we need everybody to go that can go, because I've heard people say, well, we had people that were dedicated last time they're there. They'll be back again. Well, of my group of 7, I'm the only one going, if that tells you anything. Right. I mean, we need some other people that didn't go last time to step up and fill those places, fill those spots. There's more people that know about this time, because it's been around for an extra year. Hopefully that stirs up new people, new faces there, because we need that.
Definitely. Well, yeah, that's what sucked about the date getting pushed, and there was some uncertainty with the COVID and stuff that affects it this time, to where it's been around, but there's a lot of uncertainty, and that's what sucks.
Well, that's what they were waiting for before they released the video this week too. Was for the same reason, because of the fact that they wanted to verify as best they can that everything's gonna be okay and go through before they did more than just a thumbnail. I think that's why you didn't see a lot more advertising other than that one thumbnail that's running around.
I want to say double devil horns to my boy Vaping with CJ. What's going on, Josh? How are you doing, brother?
CJ, brother, get some double horns for you, brother. As well.
I also want to address Stu Rep. Every time this rally gets going, I can never go. I still advocate and try to support if and when I can. Stu Rep, that is all that you can do, and that is all we ask of anyone. Do what you can do and when you can do it. But it needs to be done.
Well, can I add one thing to that advocacy thing, though?
Sure.
Be careful when you're advocating not to spout out things that aren't 100% true, because that just gives ammo to the other side doing the same thing.
Right.
Like the phrase, nicotine's 100% safe. You think about it,
it's not.
Air isn't 100% safe. So you can't guarantee that. You can't verify that. There's no evidence to back that up. In fact, it's pretty much known that nothing is 100% safe. So we can't really say that. So you can use a 95% safer, fine, but be careful and cautious not to use any verbiage that might be construed as false, because that just leads the other side to say, hey, that's not true. So how can we believe anything they say?
Right.
I don't even like to use a percentage. I just say we know for a fact that vaping is safer than smoking.
Exactly. There's different forms of smoking.
Right.
I mean, think about it. It's bound to be safer than the like
And
the
that's,
IQOS.
That's the key word. You both used the key word. That
Safer.
Exactly. Everybody overlooks that. Everyone hears that and thinks automatically we're saying that it's safe to use. That is not what we're saying. We're saying it's safer than smoking traditional combustible tobacco cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's safer. It's not safe.
Well, it's not really a point to even talking about the nicotine anyway. Do cigarettes have nicotine? Yes. Does vape have nicotine? Yes. It's like the engine that drives the car. If the two cars are exactly the same, the only difference is one person's wearing a seatbelt, one isn't.
Yeah.
It's not safer.
Vaping does
doesn't
not
matter.
have the 4,000 something
Exactly.
chemicals in it that cigarettes have. That's what makes it safer.
Exactly. Right. But the nicotine itself is kind of a moot point. It's arguing, they're trying to conflate it. It's the other side doing it, and we're falling into it. There's a lot of people falling into that nicotine argument.
Nicotine has been proven to have other health benefits.
But nicotine doesn't matter. Nicotine's in both. So why are we discussing it? Why is that even a factor?
Good point. Absolutely.
It's kind of a wasted effort. Focus on actually what really matters, and that's the 4,000 chemicals.
Absolutely.
So we are at what time do we have? We have 7:56. We're at the end of the show now. I was gonna do some like music and movies and quick fire questions, but no, we don't have time for that now. But that's all right. It's been a great show. Advocate for Liberty, my boy Tim, Lightbearer, thank you guys so much for coming on. It was a pleasure to have this time to sit and talk with you guys about all this stuff, things that people need to know, and I hope that you guys in chat will join them on Saturday for their show. What time?
9 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. 9
with
p.m.
Angela.
Eastern
Angela
Standard
Garrity's on with us this weekend.
I will post it again one more time. Head on over to that YouTube channel, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell so you guys know when they go live. They will be live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday evening, which I will be there for. So, big love to you all in chat. Jeremy, thank you again. It's been a great week, bro. Had a great show. Anything you want to say in closing?
Guys, anybody who does go to the rally and you don't have any smaller devices that can be discreet, just remember, when you take a vape, blow it down.
Yeah, and not at people either because of the whole social distancing. That kind of, I mean, you're gonna be able to see that vapor, so that's gonna make it even worse.
Yeah, blow it down, and that way that it's not at anyone. But other than that, no, guys, got a new review up. Go check me out. Anybody in here that doesn't sub to my channel, check me out as well. Georgia Boy TV Reviews. And now I have the GBR crew on Facebook. It is my personal group attached to my channel. Go check it out.
How many members do you have now?
I think we're up to the 50-something maybe.
I mean on the show.
Oh, as far as subs go?
No, weren't you going to start a show with some of the people from the Batman crew?
You're talking about King Vape Homes. Yes, we are in discussions of starting a Sunday night show around 7-ish.
I've been looking forward to that, so I wanted to ask.
It's going to be a kind of a culture collab thing. His culture and my culture mixed with vaping. So yeah, but awesome. That's in the works. It's coming. It's coming for sure. But yeah, go check out the GBR crew, guys. Answer the questions, and you'll be introduced to the group. And I'm on Instagram, Georgia Boy TV Reviews as well. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Lightbearer, Advocate for Liberty. Awesome to meet you guys. Awesome to get to know you tonight. And I really thank y'all for joining the show. And I look forward to getting to know y'all better.
Yep.
Awesome. How about you guys? Any words in closing? Anything you guys want to?
Well, I'll let Lando have this one because we have the What's in Horror podcast we record tomorrow with Lando and I too, and then I got my show. They got the Wolf Bite thing, and which Lightbearer has been a part of both of those as well. So, and when we do the advocacy updates, so we've been trying to keep busy, trying to keep everybody informed as best we can. It's crazy. I try to be on as many shows as I can. I almost did a round table with Logan this week, and then it disappeared because it did that record but didn't record thing.
Oh no!
It was with Raven 187, and it was actually a really, really good podcast, and it just disappeared. So yeah, it was kind of a letdown for all of us. But I think there's going to be a re-record anyway. So
yeah. What's up, Mad Scientist 304? Sorry you missed the show, my friend. How about
Benny,
you,
Benny?
Lightbearer?
Yeah, for me, you can catch our show, which we've already kind of touched base on. The show was inspired by the Vaping Misfits. That is an English show
Yep.
that comes on Sundays
at 4:30
Sun-
Eastern.
4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. They tackle a lot of good topics, mental health, and a lot of various topics that go across that spectrum. Really a good show worth checking out. If you're looking for me, I'm on all the Discords. I'm in chats all the time. My IG is Lightbearer, the number 2, and you. And just hit me up. Anytime anybody needs to talk, if you feel like you need an ear, hit me up. I'm always around.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, and I also have the Mental Detox podcast with Frank.
That's right, too.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mental detox.
See, I'm on quite a few things, and I can't even keep them straight. I'm a terrible self-promoter.
I am, too. It's all right. I should. I keep being told.
Hey, I got my shirt.
I'm getting better at that. So yeah.
I keep getting told by people that I need to promote my coils more, and I just suck at self-promotion.
I'm one of the
They're
guys.
good coils. They really are.
I hound him on trying to do more self-promoting.
Then I will try to do more self-promotion.
Because guys, his coils, they're nice.
I'm just a humble guy. I take pride in what I do, but I don't take the glory for what I do. I guess if that makes any sense. I don't know. It is what it is. But anyways,
he even did a terrible job there, destroying himself with it. It just made himself. Bleh.
Yep. Now I'm jello. Like, oh, now I got.
His coils are awesome, guys. Hit him up on
are.
Facebook, Instagram. You can find Little Coils. You can get some of his coils.
Yeah.
Check him out. Buy some of his coils. They're not expensive. He's very reasonable, and they're the shit. I'll be his commercial. I do not care.
I do not care. He says. Well,
Best
thank
ones
you
are
guys.
the heavy bag coils. After he's been hitting that heavy bag, those are the best coils of all.
They arrested me for self-promoting, laughing my ass off. Says Vinny.
There's some of his coils right there, folks. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh-wee.
Shit. Jesus.
Yeah, I flooded mine. Yours wasn't crackling like that.
Those are mine?
Yeah, yours are
Damn.
crackly as hell.
Okay. All right. I can get down with that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, Lightbearer and Advocate, for coming on the show again. Jeremy, again, as I already stated, thank you for another great week, another great show. It's been a pleasure spending the time with you guys. Guys in chat, you guys make the show what it is. Without you, we would not have a show to do. So thank you all for tuning in, being here with us every week, as you always are. Thank you to all of my spanners and wrenches in chat. You guys do another great job, as always. And you guys mean the world to us. So thank you guys so very much for being here. It is Wednesday, so we only have 2 more days till the weekend. So nothing should have you down, but in case something does have you feeling a little lower than normal, please remember that you are the master of your own destiny. You are the only one in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative your days will ever be. So keep the positivity high, keep the smile on your face, let that negative brush off your shoulders. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay the hell inside, keep on vaping, and yeah, keep fighting for your right to vape, because if you don't, who will? Georgia boy, I love you.
Love you, bro.
Liberty and Lightbearer, we're out of here.